Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Host Eddie Frederick.
So glad you can join us. Antigua and Barbuda in the mood for robust recovery. This story takes the lead in today's edition of Caribbean Perspective for Tuesday, 4th January 2022. Details when we return.
Conveniently located in the Grand Anne Shopping Center, for over 40 years, Food Fair has provided quality service at affordable prices. Now, grocery shopping is made easier and more convenient from the Food Fair web store.
Hey, babe. Listen, I need you to go down to Food Fair to get some groceries.
All right, no problem. Right away.
Thanks, babe. What are you doing? You're supposed to be going Food Fair to get a grocery, man.
I am, but didn't you know you can order your groceries online from the Food Fair web store?
Are you serious?
Of course. All you have to do is just to log on to www.foodfair.gd with credit card in hand, and with an order of $100 or more, Food Fair Grand Anse will deliver up to 3 miles away. And you don't even have to worry about your information, you know. Their safety measures are excellent.
So hold on. You just order online and Food Fair will deliver to you?
Yep.
Oh, baby, better hurry up and order, man.
I already did. They should be here any minute now.
Enjoy easy online shopping anytime from your home or office from the Food Fair web store. Food Fair, where you can fill your baskets without emptying your pockets.
Welcome back. 2022 will be a year of robust development as the country charts its way forward out of the COVID-19 pandemic. That's the assertion of Prime Minister Gaston Brown of Antigua and Barbuda in his New Year's address. More in this ABS report with Rakib Aparicio.
We have not emerged from the struggles of 2020 and 2021 unscathed, but we are far less wounded than many less fortunate peoples all over the world.
Prime Minister Honorable Gaston Brown in his address to the nation says the country has much to be proud of.
We happily witness the fruits of our labor in the revitalization of our tourism industry, the return to work of many of our people, and great optimism about the future. This unrelenting fight for a strong recovery has resulted in economic expansion of 4% in 2021.
The fight, he explains, is not over. The Prime Minister says development will continue in 2022 at an accelerated pace. Significant strides have already been made to shore up the country's water supply.
We have invested in 3 additional reverse osmosis plants that will provide an additional 4 million gallons of water daily while subsidizing the cost to every user.
The first 2 of the 3 plants will be commissioned by February. 2021 also saw the introduction of APUA's Fiber to the Home network.
APUA is currently investing over $100 million to expand its home and subsea cable infrastructure to give modern and affordable broadband services to every Antiguan and Barbudan and to digitalize our nation's economy.
Barbuda, he adds, will not be left out of development prospects. Work to expand the Barbuda runway continues, which Prime Minister Brown explains will greatly improve the Sister Isles tourism product. Significant work is also being carried out to reduce Barbuda's carbon footprint.
A new solar voltaic plant and additional battery storage are being installed in Barbuda to make it the first island community in this hemisphere powered exclusively by solar voltaic power. It will be the cleanest and greenest island in the world.
Land ownership on the Sister Isle will also enter a new era.
Work is advanced on the development of a land registry on Barbuda to facilitate the granting of freehold land ownership to Barbudans starting in 2022. This will secure real ownership empowerment of our Barbudan brothers and sisters while displacing the disempowering myth of collective ownership.
There is one major concern, however, for the Prime Minister as the new year begins, 2021's 16 homicides.
Our country is too small and our people too few for 16 murders to be simply a statistic.
Efforts, he explains, will be made to address the growing concern.
I will require the cabinet ministers responsible for social transformation, gender affairs, law enforcement, and education to construct and launch an expanded and robust conflict resolution and public education program to proactively curb crime and violence.
Rakib Aparicio reporting for ABS News.
Now for a heartwarming story on giving back. One international superstar spent his New Year's Day giving back to the less fortunate at the soup kitchen in Antigua and Barbuda. ABS's Rakib Aparicio again reports.
The soup kitchen is starting the year off strong. Just to the back of me, the less fortunate are being treated to their usual daily meal. However, this time they're being served by an extra special guest. Realization slowly creeps onto the faces of many in attendance. Wyclef Jean treats members of the public to a snippet of Hips Don't Lie. Jean is a featured artist on the Shakira song and member of Grammy Award-winning hip-hop group, The Fugees.
Every morning, afternoon, and night, we have 3 meals, right? And when we sit on that table, the first thing that, I teach the youth is how fortunate we are.
The Haitian native and ambassador for the event's primary sponsor, Global Citizen Foundation, says giving back and assisting those in need are dear to his heart.
Coming from a place where, we see people having to escape at times through political instability and have to take that sea. And a lot of people die on sea.
Those experiences, he explains, formed the basis for their group's name.
Refugees is, when we say that, it's someone who's seeking refuge. So as somebody seek refuge, our job ain't to turn them away.
John was joined by friends and family to distribute the hot meals. He shares why he chose to join the Global Citizen Foundation. He believes everyone is a global citizen.
Work in conjunction as a whole on how we can move the world forward through different ideas, right? So Global Citizens is not about someone who's a musician, someone who's an artist. It's about all of us.
Saturday's spread featured ham, chicken, macaroni pie, and an assortment of vegetables. Local soca artist Drastic and his family also participated in the event. Rakib Aparicio reporting for ABS News.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick.
There are fears in Jamaica that workers in the healthcare sector will be under pressure for a 3rd straight year due to the pandemic.
As part of preparations for the new year, Jamaica is also bracing for the fury of the Omicron strain of COVID-19. Health experts are warning that the number of cases in Jamaica might be underreported as the country experiences a 4th wave of the virus.
That with the Omicron variant, there is even a higher incidence of underreporting because they found that it was very mild and people either knew that this is what they had and don't need to test, or people just denied that they had it because it was so mild and just never tested. But yes, it is underreported, no question about it.
There's also the issue of persons being tested for COVID-19 at unaccredited facilities, and that those figures are not being disseminated to the health ministry.
Many are going to sites that are not accredited, and so those results will not be shared with the Ministry of Health and Wellness. They have no way of tracking those persons, and so that's causing quite a bit of trouble.
President of the Jamaica Medical Doctors Association, Dr. Mindy Fitzhenley, suggested that while COVID-19 hospitalizations have remained low so far, this is likely to change. And with the high transmissibility of the Omicron variant, she's worried that the mental and physical stresses doctors face will continue for a 3rd year.
Dr. David Eastwick of the Democratic Labour Party in Barbados is returning to frontline politics as the candidate for St. Philip West and believes he has the prescription to take back the seat.
After taking a few years to reset and refocus, he is now ready to offer himself as an alternative. In a surprise announcement on Monday, Prime Minister Mia Mottley said Barbadians will elect a new government on January 19, 2022. Eastwick served as a senior member of the Frondell Stewart administration, which was swept out of office in the 2018 elections. He suffered a major defeat to the first-time candidate John King, who was able to capture 66.9% of the votes. This time around, he will face another first-timer, Senator Kate McConey. Eastwick said that he was returning to public life because he is not confident that Barbados' current economic trajectory will make it easier for average Barbadians to survive.
The Ministry of Health in Grenada on Friday last confirmed the presence of the Omicron variant of the COVID-19. In a statement, the Ministry of Health and St. George's University, Windref, said 11 positive samples sequenced were determined to be Omicron, the latest COVID-19 variant in circulation around the world. None of the 11 Omicron cases had recent travel history. Additionally, samples tested by CARFA sometime last week confirmed the presence of the Delta variant still in Grenada. Based on the rapid rise in positive cases in recent days, the Ministry of Health said it is highly likely that Omicron is now the dominant variant in Grenada. The Ministry of Health has since notified the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, and the World Health Organization, WHO, of the latest development. While the government of Guyana continues to defend the controversial Natural Resource Fund bill passed in the Parliament under a cloud of suspicion and rancor, through a national public relations blitz, they want to justify the bill and its contents. More in this News Source Guyana report with Gordon Mosley.
Minister of Natural Resources Vikram Bharat lashed out this afternoon at the civil society groups that called for the passage of the bill to be delayed. He said those civil society groups that have raised concern over the sweeping changes in the bill, together with the opposition, are against development.
Few so-called civil society groups that are politically aligned, most of them probably don't even have membership. It's just a few persons running around as so-called civil society leaders. The whole issue with them is that they don't want the government to get access to the revenue, the oil revenue, because they know that we are going to use the revenue, and we will use the revenue to enhance the lives of every single Guyanese.
The minister believes that the 8-day period which was given for the bill to be scrutinized was well within parliamentary standards. Finance Minister Dr. Ashni Singh, who presented the bill to the Assembly, believes many of the objections to the bill are ill-informed and out of place.
I'd be interested, once again, to fill in the gap in my own recollection. What was the position of these so-called civil society bodies and the civic-minded persons who hold themselves out to be the moral conscience of the nation?
The government has maintained that the Natural Resource Fund bill is a game changer and said it will not be fazed by criticism but remains focused on the task ahead. The ministers have also declared that the government is not afraid of any legal challenge to the bill, since the actions in this regard are independent of the judiciary.
Conveniently located in the Grand Shopping Center, for over 40 years, Food Fair has provided quality service at affordable prices. Now, grocery shopping is made easier and more convenient from the Food Fair web store.
Hey, babe. Listen, I need you to go down to Food Fair to get some groceries.
All right, no problem. Right away.
Thanks, babe. What are you doing? You're supposed to be going Food Fair to get a grocery, man.
I am, but didn't you know you can order your groceries online from the Food Fair web store?
Are you serious?
Of course. All you have to do is just to log on to www.foodfair.gd with credit card in hand, and with an order of $100 or more, Food Fair grants will deliver up to 3 miles away. And you don't even have to worry about your information, you know. Their safety measures are excellent.
So hold on. You just order online and Food Fair will deliver to you?
Yep.
Oh, baby, better hurry up and order, man.
I already did. They should be here any minute now.
Enjoy easy online shopping anytime from your home or office from the Food Fair web store. Food Fair, where you can fill your baskets without emptying your pockets.
I am Eddie Frederick. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean. In the meantime, please continue to log on to CaribbeanPerspective.com for more daily news and more.